It's that time of year again. Everyone knows that the holidays can become overwhelming quickly, so the sooner that you get things done, the better. For both shoppers and businesses, the best time to score great deals during the holidays is Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend. And that's why you need Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Allbirds and Cowboy e-bikes to entrepreneurs who will be participating in their very first Black Friday or Cyber Monday this year. Shopify has everything you need to succeed from start to finish. First, Shopify's marketing tools help push your brand to the forefront of the chaos, no matter what platform your customers are on. Then, Shopify helps draw customers in with the ease of a convenient checkout with Shop Pay, Shopify's expedited checkout that saves customers information and reduces hassle. The best part? Shop Pay has been proven to boost conversions, meaning you see less abandoned carts and more profits. You can also stress less knowing that Shopify's award-winning customer support team is on standby 24/7 to help with any issues that arise, allowing you to get back to business as fast as possible. This Black Friday, join thousands of new entrepreneurs hearing for the first time with Shopify. Sign up for your free trial today at shopify.com/income. That's shopify.com/income. Go to shopify.com/income and make this Black Friday one to remember.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Hi, I'm Stu Baca, and I'm a Gen X Grown-Up, and I support Gen X Grown-Up on Patreon, and you should too at patreon.com/Gen X Grown-Up.
Gen X Grown Up is a YouTube channel, website, and audio podcast you're listening to right now. All made for and by people who love exploring media, games, tech, and toys of yesterday and today through the eyes of Gen Xers who refuse to grow up. Your dinner cannot just be french fries. Basically, life sucks as a grown up. Welcome back, Gen X Grown Up podcast listener, to this episode 201 of the Gen X Grown Up podcast. I am John. Joining me as always, of course, is Mo. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You know, it would not be a show without George. Hey, George.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
In this episode, we head to the theater to see the remake of an 80s classic based on a novel by Stephen King, add to our collection of limited edition theatrical popcorn merchandise, and play a game with a fresh twist on Minesweeper that might give you BBS flashbacks. We're going to have those topics and many more coming up in this episode. But first, it is time for some fourth listener email. The three of us are here. We sometimes listen. But if anyone else does and drops us a line to tell us about what they heard, then you are the fourth listener. And the fourth listener this time around, longtime listener and supporter over on Patreon, longtime writer Brandon G. dropped us a line. Yeah, the subject was prizes in food rewind. Just dropped a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He heard. Yeah. So here's what Brandon had to say. Hey guys, listen to the prizes in food rewind, and it was a nice callback to earlier episodes. At 44 years old, I'm a bit younger than you guys, but remember many of the things that you and Will talked about. The cereal segment hits home the most. I didn't have a strategy for getting the prize out. I went elbow deep, fished out the toy, and left the cereal so pushed to the sides that it looked like a bowling ball had been stuffed inside. Mom must have been too busy frying pork chops to notice doing it, pointing at you, George. What I loved the most about cereal prizes, though, were certain ones not inside the box or printed on the box, but shrink wrapped onto the box. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal had cereal bowls shrink wrapped on the outside of the box.
Damn, how the hell did I miss that?
Yeah,
wow.
Feels like a trip to eBay coming up right after this episode.
Thanks, Brandon. The same went with the Batman tie-in from the first film, where a Batman piggy bank was on the outside of the box. I remember the Batman piggy bank. It was a little plastic. It was very small, but it was, shrink wrapped to the box. And also, when the first Addams Family film came out, there were flashlights depicting different characters of the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't say though. I do the Batman I remember, and the others no. He says, I think Lurch was the only Adams flashlight I got. If memory serves me, it worked for 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Probably 10 minutes more than most.
Right. Anyways, thanks for the awesome content. And as always, best wishes to each of you and yours, Brandon G. Wonderful.
That's cool.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it. We love that you took time to listen to that rewind and you shared your thoughts with us. We enjoy it every time the fourth listener drops us a line, lets us know what they think of what they have heard. If you would like your email featured on the show, it is drop dead easy. Just fire off an email to podcast@genxgrownup.com. We read every single one, and most of them, like Brandon's, eventually make the show. All right, gentlemen, with that good business in the rearview mirror, it's time to jump into the body of this episode 201 right after this very quick break.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. Black Friday Game Day on Prime is an epic day of live sports. It all starts at 9 a.m. Eastern with the Capital One Skins game. Then, Black Friday football returns when the Bears take on the Eagles at 3 p.m. And it culminates with the final night of Emirates NBA Cup Group play with Bucks Knicks at 7 p.m. and Mavs Lakers at 10 p.m. Black Friday Game Day, only on Prime.
You're listening to Gen X Grown Up. But if you have a friend who's not yet listening, why not? Tell them about us. They'll thank you later.
Where are the Thomases? Hey, you're wrecking the joint. Where are the Thomases? Well, how about toast? Aha! Thomas's English muffins taste better than toast. Check out those nooks and crannies. Sure makes them crisp and crunchy outside. Yeah, and light and airy inside. And that Thomas's taste better than toast. Worth wrecking the joint? Yeah. Then how about helping me clean up? No way.
Thomas's English muffins instead of toast. Delicious and wheat, too.
Time to get the ball rolling, talking about media that we have been enjoying since we last spoke. Now, we had a couple of rewind episodes, so there's a lot of media on my plate that I could have talked about. Yeah. And in fact, the one I picked, Mo was like, no, I wanted to pick that one. And therefore,
I was all ready to talk about this one.
I was happy to cede it to you because there's so much good out that I have watched that I could talk about. So, Mo, share with the listeners what it is you stole from me and would like to talk about. Good choice.
or you generously gave to me.
Sure. Okay, fine.
Let's
My
put it that
benevolence.
Way. It's a little less negative. It's a new Apple TV show called PLUR1BUS, except the I is number one. I don't know, have you guys watched this, but this is one of the few shows that I am now looking forward to every week.
Mm-hmm. I
have. For it to drop so I can watch it.
Have you seen it yet, George? No. Okay. All right.
So the basic premise, just high level, and this is not like a spoiler, it's just is that something happens to the Earth, so every single person on the Earth is now part of a hive mind, right? You're all connected. Everybody's connected.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Except for one. Well, the main character is not. She's immune for some reason. And she's also a very miserable person, just naturally. And it's Rhea Seehorn, who is in Better Call Saul. She was the other attorney friend of his.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
She stars in it. And this is a show, it makes you think like a lot because everyone who's part of this group is happy. You know, they're all happy. She's not. And she's fighting. She thinks it's wrong. She's fighting against it. And it makes you think like, is it wrong? Is it better? Because everyone in the world is now working together. Literally, everybody is working together. Everybody has complete communication. Everybody knows everything. So it just makes you think a lot. It's a very interesting show.
It really is. And it's like we noted a second ago, I was going to talk about it already, so I definitely have seen it. And the thing that is most interesting in this, I mean, it's well done. It's one of those like Severance kind of shows, like, wow, something it's kind of sci-fi, but it's kind of rooted in the real world. The creepiest thing is that everybody knows everything. And so everyone who you talk to talks we, because every person alive knows everything that everyone else knows and has access to that information. And so everybody can tell you whatever you want. And the people that are immune, they would very much love to heal because they look at it as, oh, this is an affliction you have that you weren't able to join the hive mind. And the people are like, no, I want to hear you. You're the one that's broken. Yeah. And it's that conflict. And as you said, she is already a furious person that just doesn't enjoy life in the first place. And this didn't make it any better for her.
No.
It sounds like somebody took the two ideas from Body Snatchers and the Borg from Star Trek and then put them into a cerebral context instead and said, okay, here you go. Because Body Snatchers is all about us all becoming one part of a hive pod people thing. And then Borg, of course, is, just like we are Borg, right? It sounds like they got the idea from there. Is this played for dramatic effect or comedic effect?
A little of both, I think. Would you say?
Okay.
Because
it's more dramatic. It's funny things happen, but nobody's having fun, really, And if you think of the Borg, George, it's the Borg if the Borg wanted to throw you a tea party and give you anything you wanted. Like, they're happy to help you out until they can fix you and get you in the hive. They're not hurting you at all. In fact, they want you to have a happy life and give you anything that you want until they figure it out.
Basically, So they're constantly, and this is just one example, is like when this whole thing is happening, she's freaking out, obviously, because she doesn't understand what's happening, right? She just sees people collapsing and getting up and doing stuff. She's flipping through the news, TV, trying to find a TV station that's showing news, right? And then she sees something that says, it's the White House press room. So she's like, oh, okay, good. Someone has some information. And across the bottom, they have a little crawl. It has her name. It says, please call us at this number.
Yeah. Call us, Carol. We want to talk.
Call us, Carol. We want to talk. You're perfectly safe.
And she dials in, and the guy on the TV was, oh, Carol, thanks for calling. Like, he's the one on TV at the White House talking to her.
Yeah, because there's no need for press conferences if everybody's
exactly. Everybody else knows everything.
Exactly.
You got it.
Like, they're like, oh, we're glad you called. And the high people are super nice. They just want her to be happy. That's like all they care about. But she's just a naturally miserable person, which makes it even funnier in a way. And she looks out the window, and all she really sees is the whole world working together now, suddenly.
Yeah. At first, picking up bodies of people who died in the migration to the hive mind.
So it wasn't a clean migration.
Because some people were driving or flying or
and you went unconscious for a while.
Whatever, right? And they just
couple plane
crashes.
A
lot of people died. Yeah.
But it's made by the same guy who did Breaking Bad. So so that's probably why they got got Rita Seehorn for it.
So he was on meth when he wrote this. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. It's on Apple. It's the number one show. It's like the number one show ever, I think, on Apple TV right now.
It's the number one show on meth.
I wasn't saying where it was showing. I said the guy who wrote it that did Breaking Bad was on meth when he wrote this.
Oh, yeah, I just agreed and moved on. I'm sorry.
That was obvious. The meth was a given, George.
But it's a super interesting show.
Yeah, it's fun.
It really makes you think. And like I said, it's one of the few shows now that every episode, I'm waiting for the episode to drop so I can watch it. So that's what I watched. So John, you watched the movie. I wish I could have went with you. Couldn't do it. It was my daughter's birthday, but curious to see what you thought of it.
Yeah, I went and saw the remake of The Running Man. Right? No spoilers. I wouldn't dare spoil anything for you, George. I know you haven't seen it and you want to.
I haven't seen it either yet.
Yeah. So I'm not going to spoil anything. So this is it was a Schwarzenegger helmed film in the 80s, right? Running Man. And Richard Dawson played the host of the show, and
Yaphet Kotto.
Yeah. So this is a remake, but it's not a remake of that movie. It's a remake of a film based on the novel by Stephen King. And though I haven't read the novel myself, my understanding is this does its best to hold closer to the novel in terms of story beats, and the ending has changed, but it's not absolutely. Now, this stars Glenn Powell, who I wasn't sure how I would feel about him as like an action star, an action hero. I would say after this, like if they're trying to make him happen as an action hero, they have my approval. Not only is he athletic and he's quirky and has quips, like you want to see out of an action hero, like a Bruce Willis-y kind of guy. He's also much more grounded. He's a more friendly kind of guy, as opposed to just being the muscle-bound beast that's running ramshackle through the show. He's more cerebral. He's more thoughtful in this. And overall, I found that I saw The Running Man, the original one, many times. I know it quite well. Yeah. Not as well as you guys probably who are film aficionados are, but I know it quite well. But at no point in this movie did I find myself going, well, that doesn't match. That doesn't match. I didn't care. They had created their own world here in Running Man that fit so well with what I understood the novel to be originally, and also it's kind of prophetic. It matches some of the classism that we have, in the modern world that probably was seen as something coming for Stephen King when he wrote this novel, and now it's kind of present and here, and they lean into that. It's disturbing, it's dystopian, but you can also see it being something that could happen. And I'm trying to decide, do I like it better? I don't like it better or worse than the original. I find that I like it equally for different reasons.
To be honest, the first Running Man, the only thing it had in common with the story was the title and the name of the main character. That's pretty much it. I mean, and there was a game show. was
it was a game show about killing people. I mean,
it was very different. It's not even remotely the same. Not even close to the same. Okay.
Oh, really?
I mean, it was not even remotely close. I'm sorry. Just the fact that there was a game show, that was about it. But so I was actually looking forward to this because I read the novel. I thought it was interesting. So kind of it seemed, watching the trailers and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, it seems pretty good. I'm glad to hear
I don't
that
think it was quite as good as I thought it was going to be based on the trailers.
Okay.
But the trailers made it look damn good. So it was pretty darn good.
Okay.
So I was just curious because in the movie, which is extremely popular to our generation, right? Because it came out as Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. But in that movie, Killian was the host of the show. But in this one, of course, Killian and the show host are two separate characters played by Domingo. What's that guy's name? Oh, goodness. Coleman Domingo, the guy from Walking Dead, Fear the Dead. And
he's fantastic.
Josh Brolin, of course.
Yeah, he's amazing.
How did they do? And did they feel like that those characters were better or worse than the Richard Dawson character?
Look, Richard Dawson is a national was a national treasure, but these two guys in this remake, this new film, they just every time they were on screen, they were chewing on the scenery, and it was a delight. It was great. Yeah, the guy playing the host is like, I want to follow him. He is great at what he does, and he's putting a spin on it, and he's really pulling at your heartstrings. And depending on whether they want you to hate him or love him, he does a great job of making sure you hate or love the Glenn Powell character. And Brolin is just a damn Brolin. I mean, he's so smug and self-righteous, and you saw it in the trailers, like, yeah, that's why you're gonna win, that's why you have a chance. But really, he's just playing this guy for ratings. Really, ultimately, yeah, the more I talk about it, the more I liked it. I think the more I think about the pieces of it that I did like, I'm liking it even more.
Okay.
So when you talked about you weren't sure about Glenn Powell as an action star, I kind of have been seeing him that way since the Tom Cruise remake on the Maverick. Because he was one of the main characters in that, and I felt he was kind of actiony in that movie. I saw him more of like a military role where you're following the rules is one thing, but a renegade, seat of your pants, quippy kind of guy. I didn't see him as that until I do now. Okay, I was going to say I thought that's what he kind of played in Top Gun Maverick.
Was he?
He was,
Well, now he's nailed it. He's got it sewn up. So he's got it. He did a good job. Yeah, I'm ready to see more Glenn Powell. So I'm okay with it. All right. So I saw Running Man. Absolutely something we're all going to have to see. It didn't spoil anything, certainly, for you. George, what about you? What have you been watching?
Yeah, so I picked out a movie for this because just like you might imagine, since we had all the rewinds here and we had the break, I've got like 4 or 5 things that I really would want to talk about in this segment. I could do the whole entertainment section just on my own, like I'm sure you each could as well.
Sure. Yeah.
So it was very tough to pick and choose. And so I decided to go with one that I think is probably flown a little bit more under the radar than anything else.
Choice.
It's a movie, and I'm just going to say the 3 leads, and then you tell me if it's a movie that you would want to see.
Okay.
So Keanu Reeves, Aziz Ansari, and Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, I'd definitely watch it.
Right? It's called Good Fortune. And in it, Keanu Reeves plays a lower tiered angel who decides to do a Freaky Friday on Aziz Ansari and Seth Rogen.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I've seen this, by the way. I enjoyed it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to give too much away in case people want to go see it, but Aziz Ansari is an everyman who's kind of down on his luck. He's driving Uber Eats kind of jobs. He's living out of his car. Seth Rogen is a tech boy, tech bro, whatever, millionaire guy that lives up in the hills. And Keanu Reeves' character, his entire job as an angel is to simply sit in the back of people's cars and nudge them when they're distracted driving so they don't get in death accidents and kill themselves. That's his whole job. Like, other angels have more important ones, like inspiring people to not commit suicide, or, doing like inspiring other people to create these wonderful movies or books. But no, Keanu Reeves with his tiny little angel wings, and apparently as you get better as an angel, you get bigger wings. His whole thing is just, you're looking at your phone? Let me tap your shoulder so you don't run into that telephone pole. That's his job.
It's like specifically texting and driving, I think, is his sub-niche, right? He touches his shoulder, hear a little angel sing. They go, look around. Yeah, it was great.
I thought they did a wonderful job with this movie at tying into the despair of the modern culture that a lot of us probably feel at least 99% of us, according to statistics, as far as who has the wealth in this country and who doesn't. And what was even more interesting to me was they kind of turned it on its head a little bit, and they forced the Keanu Reeves angel character to experience the human side of the equation about halfway through the movie. And to see him experiencing things for the first time, both like super excited because he got to taste a milkshake for the first time ever, to being really distraught and smoking a cigarette because he couldn't get a good job.
Yeah.
It's just so well written. The acting across the board is subdued. Like, you expect Aziz Ansari and Seth Rogen, you expect them to be very bombastic and take over a scene. They really were more reserved in their roles in this movie.
That's different.
They were who they were, no question about it. It's not like they didn't turn in a Oscar-winning performance or anything, but I feel like this film should maybe be a dark horse for best screenplay for the Oscars.
Oh, really?
It was really solid.
Okay.
It startled me how good it was, George. You're right. Look, when you see that casting, you're like, all right, Aziz Ansari, Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves. Okay, they're going to do the things they do, right? So Keanu Reeves is either going to be a badass or he's going to be a dope. Rogen and Ansari are going to be, as you said, over the top and crazy. None of them were that.
Not really, no.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves was kind of subdued and calm. The two guys were flavors of themselves, as you said, but they also took the script and the material very seriously and said, how would these people be? You know, and I really love the twist on the whole angel thing, which is he got in trouble. Right? Keanu Reeves got in trouble because he did something he wasn't supposed to. His job, as George said, was to sit in the back of the car and stop you from wrecking if you're texting. That's all. And he's like, well, but I saw this guy. It was somebody he had saved. He had saved Ansari from
He wanted to save his soul. Yep.
And saw how miserable his life was and says, I want to do more. And that's what got him in trouble. And then they couldn't switch back until they all agreed to switch back, and they were not in agreement. That was the big twist I loved.
And not just agreed, but had to mean the agreement.
Yes. You couldn't just say it.
Yeah.
I was just looking. I was surprised that Aziz Ansari wrote this and directed it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Surprised.
Wow. Okay. It's even more surprising, to be honest.
No, it's a solid outing for him. That's why I say, like, I don't think any of them deserved an Oscar for acting. They were all great in their roles, but there are going to be better performances throughout the year and already probably have been. Yeah. But the writing on this script, the way that they grounded everything, or the way that Aziz Ansari grounded everything in reality and in our modern culture, because it was very telling in putting a microscope on the American culture today with how people are trying to survive and what does it mean to be truly satisfied and happy in our society today versus, say, 40 years ago and the American dream and all that stuff. It was just a nice eye-opening piece that, like I said at the beginning, I think probably has flown under most people's radars because of other bigger, more well-publicized films out there. I had not heard about this. I just happened to be going through Overseer, the app that John recommended, and it was just one of the recommendations. And I'm like, yeah, let me take a look at that. And boy, I'm glad I did, because it was really a solid outing and a good, fun film to watch.
Cool.
It was surprisingly sweet. I think with a little redressing, this could be a great holiday Christmas film based on the uplifting message that's in it, you know? Yeah. Frankly, you could watch it the holidays anyway and get a good message out of it. And super surprising and worth your time. No doubt.
Cool.
Oh, Hilton stay. Your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, oh, Hilton stay.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. Enjoy comfortable rooms and friendly service when you stay with Hilton instead. Save up to 25% this season when you book with Hilton. Hilton for the stay. Terms apply.
With new, gentler scented Clorox disinfecting wipes, clean finally smells as good as it feels. On everything from lamps to ceiling fans. Even on your kid's toy shark. Oh, ouch. Clorox disinfecting wipes. Now available in crisp lemon. Find it on Amazon. Clorox. Clean feels good.
Be sure to subscribe to or follow Gen X Grown Up wherever you listen. And while you're there, rate and review the show too. It helps more than you know.
Hey, there's a snack inside my snacking cake. Make someone happy.
Hi, Grandma. There's a snack inside my snacking cake.
You and Betty Crocker can make someone happy.
Inside every delicious snacking cake is a special snack. Chocolate chips, or banana, or raisins, or walnuts. Snacking cake, just mix, bake, and serve in the same pan. There's a snack inside my snacking cake. With snacking cake,
You and Betty Crocker can make someone happy.
So, John, let's have you kick off this week's Tech and Toys because mine's really not that interesting, but there's a funny story that goes with it, though. So, go ahead. Why don't you go first?
I can't wait to hear what you have that's less interesting than what I have to talk about, but we're going to give it a shot.
Okay, let's see.
I'm going to talk about my new dishwasher.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe I was wrong.
What are we doing? This is Gen X Grown Up. We're almost at Christmas and we're talking about a dishwasher? Come on, guys.
Here's the thing. I don't think anybody ever goes shopping for a dishwasher when they're not in a crisis. Right? Nobody
That's
goes,
true.
I'm bored. Let's just upgrade the dishwasher today.
Yeah.
You know, nobody does that.
So it's broken, right?
Right. Mine was leaking water, soaking the floors. We tried to get it fixed. And finally, we're like, well, I'm sick of washing dishes manually. Everything's piling up. We got to get it fixed for the house. And okay, so I went shopping. Getting the new dishwasher is not the story I want to tell you. It's the surprise I got when I got the dishwasher. So usually you go shopping for, Whirlpool and GE and these big name brands and stuff. But the more I read and watched YouTube videos about people reviewing dishwashers, I kept coming across this brand called Medea.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
You heard of it? Okay, you've heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently it was this underdog brand 4 or 5 years ago, and it's gotten more and more prestige. And now it's like the mid-range dishwasher that has top-level features you wouldn't expect.
They're kind of like what Vizio did in TVs.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a nice, stainless steel, chrome front kind of thing. All the buttons are on the top. It has little chimes. You push the buttons. It goes doo-doo-doo. It makes noises. It has 3 drawers that was unexpected. It has the big bottom drawer, a middle drawer that's adjustable, and a tiny little 2-inch drawer at the top just for putting flatware and silverware and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Has special little places you can put where there are jets of water. Like if you have dried milk or something in a glass, you put it on one of these, and when the dishwasher runs, it's going to shoot jets of soapy water right up into the glass. Little areas like that are really cool. The thing that surprised me, and the reason it's finally in Tech and Toys, I promise I'd get there, is when I got this, I was going through the instruction manual. What do we need to do? And and it said, go and download the app.
App.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I said. App for my dishwasher?
Because John's like, I'm strangely excited now.
It's like, I like this dishwasher more. Yeah, it has a little QR code. You scan, you go and get the app. And sure enough, you connect to the Wi-Fi. My dishwasher's on my Wi-Fi network now.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
This is how it begins.
Now, there are lots of things you can do via the app that I don't want to do. Right? Things like you could remote start the dishwasher. I don't care. You can see how far along in the wash is it. I don't care. When it's done, it's done. I'm not waiting for that fork. I don't give a damn. But it does have energy rating information in there. So it'll tell you how much energy it's used, how much water it's used over time. So you can get information and see if, in fact, like the Energy Star rating that they give you on new appliances, it'll actually report how that's doing. And so if there is a problem with it, it will report to you and go, oh, the rinse fluid is low. You need to replace it. It's kind of like just gauges in your car. At no point am I going to want to remote start my dishwasher, which you can do. At no point you can lock it out. Like, I don't know, you have people in your bed and breakfast, maybe you want them to not use the dishwasher. You can lock it from being used remotely, things like that. Crap you don't care about in a dishwasher. They did because they could. But it is nice to know about the clear rinse level and the energy efficiency, what I think is really cool. I can't think of, people have talked about, my refrigerator has Wi-Fi and stuff like that. I can't imagine why. And even now on this dishwasher, it's kind of like they did it because they could, not because they needed to.
It's a selling thing, right? It's like 3D TV at one point.
I guess it was, but I didn't know about it until I got it, honestly. It wasn't a selling point for me, but it is interesting to know that this guy has the ability to do that. And it just makes me think, what might other appliances in the future do for you? Like, would you want your stove or your laundry machines on. I don't know. I can't imagine why, because they're such physical devices. You got to load them. You got to put the soap in. Anyway, but it is a great dishwasher. It does a good job. Cleans the dishes.
That's the
spot
important
free.
part.
When it finishes, it automatically pops the door by about 3 inches to let the steam get out, so it dries faster.
Oh,
little things like that. Little quality of life.
You know
stuff.
it's done too.
That's right.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's a good piece of hardware if you need it and you're looking. So Medea, good brand, and if you care, Wi-Fi. So, all right, Mo. Tell me about the boring thing that's more boring than my dishwasher.
Yeah. So here's the boring thing with kind of slightly funny story. So Amy was out of town, so I was doing some cleaning in the garage, and then I'm putting a lot of storage up in the crawl space above the garage, and I was just really I have a ladder going up the ladder, and I was like, okay, I've been meaning to put one of those like pull down ladders here forever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So I said, so I'm going to buy one and install it. So I find one at Home Depot. I'll put the link to it if anyone really cares. I get it all ready to install. I drag the whole thing up there. And then as I'm starting to finish it, like I'm about to put the first screws in, actually locks it in place. I'm thinking, how do I get out? Because I had to put straps across the opening to hold it in place.
So you were in the attic?
So I was in the crawl space, and I'm thinking this. I'm like, wait a minute. I can't get out if I put this in, because I can't open it because these braces are in the way, so I can't actually open the ladder. So I'm sitting there like, I spent hours trying to figure out some workaround. And then finally I looked at the instructions, and sure enough, the bottom of one of the pages, it says, oh, by the way, you need 2 people to do this. Otherwise you'll be locked in the crawl space and you can't get out.
I got to say, Mo, you were right. My dishwasher was more exciting.
Yeah, I told you.
Your ladder. I didn't think it was possible.
I told you. That's why I had you go first. I
you
figured,
win.
Congratulations. And we say George for last.
When did the damn tech and toy segment become hardware house repair? Or is this old house now? We're on PBS? What the hell's going on?
Well, men of a certain age.
Yeah. So lesson learned, read the instructions before you do anything. So on that, so here, George is going to be our savior for this segment.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm going to be Bob Ross and paint something, I guess, for this next part.
Go for it.
Well,
on our PBS feature.
So of course, people who have listened to the show for a little while probably know this. People on the Discord server absolutely taunt me with this on a regular basis. I am unfortunately addicted to buying these goddamn popcorn buckets from movie theaters. Every time a movie comes out that I'm halfway interested in, and of course, if I'm halfway interested in it, they're going to release a specialized popcorn bucket that I'm going to spend far too much money on for something that I have nowhere to display and no real use for other than now I have it. Well, that damn Tron Ares movie came out with like 17 bajillion different popcorn buckets.
They went nuts.
I didn't know they found that many.
Every theater had its own version. Every chain pretty much had their own types. There were some that were just the regular, like a bucket, that had like some cool lighting on it. And then there were some that were far more intricate. Well, I went down to my local AMC because AMC traditionally has the more intricate popcorn buckets in America.
They've had so far, yeah.
They usually do. My AMC, when I went down there, when Tron Ares released, did not have any of the specialized buckets. So I was asking people on Discord, hey, if you see this, can you get... I decided eventually, since I wasn't getting any help there, and thank you for not helping me on Discord, by the way. That's not a chastisement.
Yeah, we were trying to help here.
Right.
So,
tough love, George. It's tough love.
I found that there is a theater chain called Marcus Theaters that is happy to ship anything you'd like to order to your house from their chain that they offer. And they offered the exact same line of Tron Ares popcorn buckets as AMC did. So I'm like, well, shit.
Now you have no excuse.
Yeah. So I bought the lot. I bought everything they offered except for the regular, like just metal tin one that, because I was like,
how many?
They offered 4.
Ooh.
They had 4 different things.
Ooh, that sounds expensive.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap. First up, they had a tumbler with a light cycle in the bottom underneath the liquid reservoir. And there was a little button on the bottom of the tumbler that you could press. And it had these different LED lighting schemes that would like flash or pulsate around the light cycle, that kind of thing. that was the first thing that I got. Second thing I got, they had a Tron Ares arcade cabinet popcorn bucket. So it was shaped like the original Tron arcade game, but with cool. Tron Ares instead of Tron.
Okay,
but it had the cute little flight yoke on it.
That's
and
cool.
the popcorn goes in the back, and it has a little LED behind the screen that lights up, and then you can see the words Tron Ares on the screen. I feel like they kind of cheaped out on it, but I still had to have it. But by far, the best one that they had in the lot is the ginormous Tron Ares light cycle popcorn bucket.
Yep.
It's sitting on my shelf behind me, Mo, if you want to squint back there. It is enormous. It is the largest specialty popcorn bucket that I have bought yet. And that includes this damn Back to the Future one that's sitting over here because I bought that right after it. I spent, I want to say like, oh God, I don't even want to, I think it was around $150, maybe 200. I can't remember. It was stupid money. I could have bought a dishwasher.
It could be crack.
Yeah. Well,
kind of is.
Yeah. So here's the thing. They got here, and the light cycle, the wheel is where you put the popcorn in, both wheels.
Okay.
On the back wheel, the cover wouldn't close all the way. It was just poorly put together and wouldn't close no matter what you did. The tumbler cup was cracked right down the side of it. Now, not in a way that would compromise the liquid spilling out, but still cracked on the outside because it's, like a double-walled tumbler type of thing. So I was very upset. I spent a lot of money. I reached out to the company because, number one, it took them about a month to get them here to me. And then I had these two problems. So I reached out to the company, said, hey, these are the problems that I've seen. I'm not happy with this. What can we do? And they said, well, can you take a picture? Okay. Took a picture, sent it off to them. Great. We're shipping you both out right now.
Okay.
So they sent me a brand new light cycle and a brand new tumbler.
Okay.
Like,
that's nice.
That's nice of them.
Well, that's fair. What do you want me to do with the others? Oh, just keep them.
Well, it cost them like $1, probably.
Yeah. I'm like, all right.
That just shows you.
So I get the new ones in. The light cycle is okay, but the tumbler is cracked again in a different way. So I reached back out to them. Tumbler's cracked again. Okay, take a picture. Took a picture. Okay, we're sending you another one out. So I ended up with 3 tumblers, 2 light cycles, and an arcade popcorn bucket for about $200. So I've given away the stuff to the kids and stuff already. So I've got no left over.
Okay.
No. But just to say all of that, number one, kids don't collect popcorn buckets, first of all. It's like, just say no to drugs kind of thing. Second of all, if you're going to collect popcorn buckets and Marcus Theaters have the popcorn buckets that you want to buy, it's going to take them a while to get to you, but their customer service when something goes wrong is 100% excellent.
Okay.
So were there any of those promotional Tron things that you didn't get, or you said all but the 10 bucket is the only thing you didn't get?
Yeah, I didn't get so from Marcus and AMC, they had 4 things. 10 bucket was the one I didn't get, but other theaters had different versions of their own popcorn buckets. I didn't get any of those either.
Gotcha. Yeah. You got the nice ones, the pretty ones.
I got the ones that I felt were worth it. It's kind of like, if you get Back to the Future, are you going to get the stupid little plastic cup you could get at 7-Eleven, or are you going to get the DeLorean popcorn bucket? You're going to get the DeLorean, right?
Yeah, you got to get DeLorean.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
works.
Again, no ladder, no dishwasher, but
but then again, what is?
Well,
really? It comes down to it.
Purina believes no one should have to make the impossible choice between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Through the Purple Leash Project, Purina is helping create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
Meet the computer you can talk to. With Copilot on Windows, working, creating, and collaborating is as easy as talking. Got writer's block? Share your screen with Copilot Vision to help spark inspiration, and use Copilot Voice to have a conversation and brainstorm ideas. Or maybe you need some tech help. With Copilot Vision, Copilot sees what you see. Let Copilot talk you through step-by-step guidance so you can master new apps, games, and skills faster. Try now at windows.com/Copilot.
Each episode of Gen X Grown Up has show notes loaded with links where you can learn more about our topics. And there's even more to see and hear over at GenXGrownUp.com.
This jar is in almost every country in the world. That's because in every country in the world, there are beautiful women who want to stay beautiful. And what's in this jar has helped beautiful women all over the world stay beautiful. What's in this jar is cold cream. The name on this jar is Pond's. Pond's Cold Cream. It helps make your world more beautiful.
This is the main event of the podcast. For the 3 in attendance locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time!
Well, it is a banner podcast because in both of the previous 2 segments, we've all 3 had something to talk about, regardless of whether it was a ladder or not. Now, in this segment, we also all 3 have something to talk about. Mo, let's start with you. What have you been playing since the last time we got together?
I gotta say, Mo, it might take you a while to live down that ladder. Just seems like it might.
I'm gonna
okay,
roll on that ladder.
It's gotta be something.
It might be your bidet.
It could be my bidet. So, I was playing a game I was actually looking forward to quite a bit. It was called Outer Worlds 2. It's a sequel, obviously, to Outer Worlds. And for those who don't know, it's basically a game very much like the Fallout series, the single player Fallout series, like Fallout 3, Vegas, and 4. Outer Worlds kind of came in right at that point where like everyone really wanted a new Fallout game, but they weren't coming out with one. So the Outer Worlds came out. Everybody bought it. It was an amazing game. It was funny. It was quirky. It was just a blast to play. And so this is the sequel to that very, very popular game. So I bought it. Well, it was a few weeks ago now. Finished it. Played it through.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. I played the crap out of this game. And I'm actually thinking about restarting it because the way you build your characters can change the way the game flows so much. I'm like, I know there are parts I missed that I just couldn't do.
Kind of like Mass Effect was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very much like Mass Effect. You know, so like, you know, depending on which characteristics you picked, maybe you couldn't open that particular door or safe or whatever to get that crazy weapon, you know, or maybe you couldn't talk your way out of this situation, or maybe you could. So because there was ones, and it actually shows you when like there's an option you can't do. It'll show you like, oh, sorry, you don't have the skill for this. So it's like, yes, I'm like, it's taunting me. Plus, in the game itself, it gives you so many different roads. Like you could totally do this game just by yourself, as far as like not getting allies within the game, you know, not aligning with anybody. You can play the game pissing off every single group out there and finish it. You can make friends with literally everybody, which is probably very difficult, but you can. And they just left it open with so many options and so many different ways of playing that I'm seriously like, okay, I need to replay this with like a totally different type of character. I'll probably put it on easier mode just because, you know, it's a second playthrough. I don't need that anymore. But just to kind of see what I missed in the game.
Yeah. So you bought this new. So you know the question I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you the Corey question, because you finished it. It's not like you bought it and went meh. So I'm going to guess you probably paid $50-$60 for it.
It was 60. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was a full playthrough? And now plus you have anotother one coming maybe, but how many hours do you think you put into it for 60
bucks? It was 20 something hours to finish it.
Yeah. Okay.
24 hours, maybe somewhere around there. And I know I missed a lot of side quests. I missed a lot of side quests. I couldn't go back. So that's the other thing. My playthrough, I'm going to go back and do those.
I'm kind of good with that. Like I don't need 100-hour adventures anymore. I want something I can finish in, under 40 hours, hopefully. Because I can't have another full-time job.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you're going to play through it again. So you're going to get another probably dozen hours out of it.
For sure. You know, but yeah, I mean, it's a great game. It ran almost perfectly. No crashes, no weird. Had one like weird bug, but then they had a fix out like the next day. So
you play on PC?
Yep, on the PC. Yeah. It's I think they have it across every single platform out there. But if you're looking for a good game, especially if you like the Fallout series, absolutely 100% recommend Outer Worlds 2. So that was mine. So John, what do you got for us? I'm not familiar with this game.
Yeah, well, you're going to be, because you're going to want it.
Okay. So, let me get Steam now. Here,
I think it probably costs $3 or $4. I've been seeing a new game coming called, what's it called? Effulgence. I can't pronounce this crazy name, but there's an RPG coming that the same developer is making that's entirely based on ASCII characters, just letters, just glowing little letters. And the way that they achieve the world is if something is someone's skull, well, then they use the letters in the word skull to draw it, like SKULL all over with dots and everything. So whatever you're looking at is the characters or word.
Of those characters.
Right. So while I was waiting on his new game to come out, which by the way is about to come out, I'm going to stream it soon, I found that he had a previous game that came out a couple of years ago called ASCIIL. And I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's basically ASCII, ASCII, the American Standard Code for Information Interchange that we all remember from the BBS days, ANSI and ASCII, but with a kill on the end. So it's ASCIIL. It's kill is what it is. Now, when I went into it, I misunderstood this was his RPG. His new game is going to be his RPG. Instead, I was surprised to find out this is an action adventure Minesweeper game, all done with ASCII characters, level based.
Minesweeper game?
Right. So Minesweeper came with every copy of Windows 95 and on. You know the deal. You have to put your flags down and find where it is. Well, what's happening in ASCIIL? ASCIIL? We'll call it ASCIIL. Whatever. Kill the ass. Whatever it is. In ASCIIL, what you do is you have this world and there are these little question marks and there are bombs in places and you have a few lives that you can't accidentally get hit. And you have to move, but it's action. It's not you click wherever you want. You have a character. It looks like a little cursor. You must move around the world and cross over these question marks and not hit the bombs. That's great for the beginning. And a couple levels later, they introduce bugs that are crawling around the screen. They don't look like bugs. They look like a capital B, a lowercase u, and a capital G. And they kind of inchworm their way around the screen. They can hurt you. Later, they add lasers that are laser beams of light crossing across. They're underwater levels where you have to go under, where you're holding your breath because you're in the blue characters where you're underwater in these levels. You got to make it to these tanks of air and get stuff. Incredibly inventive. I liked Minesweeper, but I loved ASCIIL. I can't tell you the last time I went back to play Minesweeper, but after the live stream, I've been back to play this game multiple times to find out what new things they've unlocked. It's the same logic of Minesweeper. Oh, well, let's see. This one has to be associated. It has a 2, so that means it's got to be this one and this one. Therefore, this one's got to be empty, right? Same logic, but you got to do it in real time while dodging enemies, while moving around. Geez. Make sure you have enough breath, not getting shot by lasers. All those things happen. So it's an action adventure, ASCII-based Minesweeper evolution. That's what we'll call it. And we did on a live stream. I'm going to give you the link to put in the show notes if you would. Somebody can take a look at it. And I think it's only $3 or $4. It's been out a couple of years. Super, super fun. We're definitely worth checking out. I'm going to play his next game in a couple of weeks on a live stream as well. So ASCIIL, that's what I played. So George, how about you? Something familiar.
Yeah. Something that also we did a live stream on recently. Matter of fact, just this week as we're recording this episode, a game that we found at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Feels like lately all I talk about is stuff that I found at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. That is a great convention, by the way. We definitely need to find our way to get out there next year. And Mo, we got to find a way to get you out there as well, because it's something that all three of us need to be at. But while we were there, we have our friends with the game Light Gun, and I was checking on them. And while I was talking with them and checking and making sure their day was going well, there was a gentleman there talking to him, and he said, "Hey, you're with GenXGrownUp, right?" And we're like, "Yeah, John, and he does all the stuff, and we're just behind the scenes, and not important like he is." But he was like, "No, but you're with GenXGrownUp. Have you seen this game that my friend is doing?" I'm like, "I don't know who your friend is, so I'm going to say no." He said, "Well, let me take you over to his table real quick if you've got a minute." So he brought me over, and there was this guy who had a couple of monitors, a couple of keyboards, displays and whatnot. And he sat me down at one of the chairs, and the gentleman who was running the table, Mike Smith, who runs a company called Ellicorn that does game development, he sat me down and he said, "Here, you need to put the headphones on." And I was like, not going to put headphones on at a convention. How gross could that be? But he was wiping them down and everything, which was nice. He said, "Put the headphones on because the audio is going to be better for you that way. This game has no mouse and no joystick. It is keyboard only." It's called Keys of Fury. And if anybody in our generation remembers games like Typing of the Dead, you'll be instantly familiar with what Keys of Fury is. Instead of killing zombies with words that you type, you're fighting off bad guys in kind of a final fight, double dragon, beat 'em up side scroller game. It is absolutely intoxicating for me to play this game. As soon as I sat down at that demo, I went through the demo probably 3 times at the convention, so much so that somebody had to tap me on the shoulder because they wanted to turn. And I was not. I was clueless that people were waiting behind me. Yeah. So it starts in the 1800s, and it tells the story of Tai Ping. See what he did there? Tai Ping. Very cute, funny. She is a martial artist trying to get through to this place, and she has to encounter steampunk robots and ninjas and all these different characters that are trying to prevent her from getting to the place that she wants to get to. It's just a ton of fun. Now, I'm going to leave it at that to say that it comes out the Monday before you get a chance to listen to this. So it's already released on Steam, and it is $5. It is an insta-buy of a game, if that's all it was. But because we worked really closely with Mike and a couple of other people who have kind of been friends of the channel for damn near a decade now, basically since the beginning of the channel, we got something done in this game that has not been done before. There is a special arcade level setup that is themed around GenXGrownUp, ladies and gentlemen. It has our logo on it. We put in over 200 different phrases into this level that you have to type out to defeat the different enemies. It is set in a pixelated arcade. Our banner is behind some of the games. And on top of that, the person that we've been involved with named Beefy, who wrote the original theme song that we kind of stole and took over for our own with his permission. I'll say so we don't get any legal trouble.
Legal theft, right?
He and his co-producer Tanner put together a special one-of-a-kind song dedicated to the level and GenXGrownUp that still, I just want to listen to the song sometimes just to hear it. And you get all of this plus the game that was already going to be there for just $5. So Mo, I'll give you a link to the game and the live stream that I did this Tuesday for you to put in the show notes. But Jesus, man, this thing is fun.
And for $5. $5. Just...
Right. And it's not done. Like, he's going to add more levels in the upcoming year. That's what we love about it. And by the way, Mike just got a brand new job. He was working in the Amazon game development division. He just got a new job, and it's with a really big company, Skydance Productions.
Oh man,
So they're the ones who do the VR stuff for The Walking Dead and other big AAA titles. He's going to be working with them now too. So this guy has been around for a long time. He knows what he's doing, and what he does is quality. So for $5, I don't know how you can go wrong. I mean, to me, like I said at the beginning, it's an insta-buy.
And I think you've described it very well. I have nothing to add other than I'm going to let us leave this segment playing a little bit of Beefy's custom song just for our level in Keys of Fury.
GenXGrownUps, they weren't always grown-ups. Say GenXGrownUps, they weren't always grown-ups. GenXGrownUps, they weren't always grown-ups. Say GenXGrownUps, they weren't always grown-ups. Promise that you're getting much more than you paid for. Come in full strength by the power of Grace Skull. Wrap a hypercolor fanny pack on my gravestone and let me just pretend that I was hanging with Grace Jones. Just a flesh wound, you ain't slayed me yet. Need a little go-go, get your safety net. All I acid wash jeans in the tape cassette.
The Who's Down in Who Newville were making their list, but some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, from Walmart? Who knew? Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
Hey, the vibes are slipping. I think it's time to bring out the Velveeta shells and cheese. The holidays are a time to go all in on indulgence. Headline your meals with the rich, creamy meltiness of Velveeta shells and cheese and satisfy your holiday cravings like no other. Bring that main course energy to your side dish. Celebrate extra with Velveeta these holidays.
If you're a die-hard Gen X grown-up, you can pledge your support by clicking join on YouTube or by becoming a patron at genxgrownup.com/Patreon.
Tender Vittles cat food says fresh to your cat at every meal.
Fresh. Fresh.
We flavor seal each pouch of Tender Vittles to help keep it fresh, which means every morsel stays moist and tender and tasty. So give your cat the nutritionally complete meal that's fresh, so it's tender and tasty.
Fresh.
Tender Vittles, fresh, so every meal is tender and tasty to your cat.
We are almost there, but at this point of the show, before we get to the end, we always like to take just a few minutes to talk about the things we're currently looking at or looking forward to between now and the next time we get together to speak. And I want to start with you, George. I want to hear what you have on the horizon.
Yeah. So first up is another side-scrolling beat-em-up called Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It's basically in the vein of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade games or the X-Men arcade game. It's just teaming up with different Marvel characters and running through different levels and fighting these crazy creatures by just pounding keys, which is all I'm good at in video games anymore. That comes out across all platforms on December 1st. So looks to be very fun. I think it's probably going to be around like $30 is the price. So I might wait to see if it drops to 20, but I played the demo and honestly 30 might not be bad either. So we'll have to see. Second thing up is kind of a callback to an old Stars series called Spartacus House of Asher.
Is it
now
based on the same thing?
It's the Spartacus universe.
Okay.
But instead of being the traditional story that they already told in the 4 seasons of that show, it's a reimagining that what if Asher was actually the dominant gladiator, killed Spartacus during some part of the storyline, and became his own dominus of his own house. Like went from slave to gladiator to dominus. I'm interested in it because I love the actor who plays Asher in that film. And I always felt like in that series, that character was one of the more intriguing characters in Spartacus. He was bad, but he was good, but he was mostly bad. Ended up having a fate terrible, for him and everything. But still, I think this will be a fun walk back to a universe that there's really was no way to go back to other than something like this. Yeah. So there's that. And then finally, the thing that probably everybody should be looking forward to, Stranger Things Season 5, Part 1, finally on Netflix, November 26th. So in the tradition of a lot of TV series that have been out the last few years, they're going to break up this final season in 3 different parts with like 6 or 7 episodes in each part, I think it is. But I don't know what they're going to do to bring this series to its finale, but at least it seems like they're giving it the right time frame to do so.
Very cool.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. John, how about you?
Yeah, well, I never watched the Spartacus series, but my wife did. So I just added that to our list because she's going to want to see that and didn't know it was coming probably. So she'll thank you for that later. I have a few things I'm looking forward to. This is, I guess, a sequel to a weird movie from a few years ago. There was a film called Sisu, S-I-S-U.
Oh, yeah.
This revenge film of this guy whose family was tortured and brutalized and he was getting revenge and everything. There's a sequel, Sisu Road to Revenge, which we're having Sisu and revenge in the same title is kind of redundant. That's what these movies are. They're just revenge fantasies, just crazy over-the-top action set pieces. So here's a sequel coming November 21st. So it actually comes out today as we record this. So it's out and in theaters now for you to go and see. I don't know how big it'll be in theaters, but I would like to see it on the big screen because it's that kind of movie, that kind of action-packed kind of thing. The next thing I'm looking forward to is George's Fault. It's Florida Man Season 2 is coming on HBO Max. I remember you brought this to us and I'm like, I'm not going to watch that. And then I watched it. So now there's a second season coming. So I can look forward to that November 28th. And like you, Stranger Things, looking forward to that. Not in the way I used to look forward to Stranger Things. They're so far in between that I've lost some of the I cannot wait to see it. I'm interested to see it. I want to find the finality of the story, but they've stretched it out so long that some of my enthusiasm has waned. I want to see where the characters go. I want to know how it wraps up. But the way they're breaking it up, a few episodes here, a few episodes there, I don't think it's going to be a problem for me. I might not keep up with their release pace even. So I'm not going to binge 3, 4 and then wait a week. I probably won't be done with the first 3 when they drop the next one. So who knows? But I'll definitely be watching it because I want to see how this story I've been watching for 10 years now or so.
Something like that.
want to see how it concludes. And they're probably going to have spinoffs, so you'll want to know the whole story. So
yeah.
Mo, how about you? What do you got coming up?
Well, yeah, Stranger Things, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm like you guys too. It's just been so long. It's like I have to go back and I think watch last season just to remind myself what even happened.
What happened? Right. Eddie played the guitar. That's the most important thing you need to know from season 4. Eddie played the guitar and killed everything. It was awesome.
And Netflix did a animated series called Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. They're coming out the second season of that. That's coming out December 11th.
I didn't know that.
Which was pretty decent. So I'm looking forward to that. What I'm most looking forward to is a show called My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. It's David Letterman's interview show on Netflix.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So he's doing a season 6, and his first guest is Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
And and for some reason, the way he interviews, I just really enjoy watching.
It's so disarming. It's so odd and different in a good way.
They're sort of chatting, really. It's like they're just sort of talking and, a lot of shared experiences and stuff. But they're really looking forward to that December 1st on Netflix.
Yeah. I still hold to my truth that David Letterman was the best late night talk show host ever.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's better than Carson. I think he's better than any. I like the modern guys, but I still think David Letterman was the pinnacle.
Yeah.
He set himself apart from them in a way that no one else has quite done, certainly. So, yeah. All right. Hey, before we get out of the show, I always like to thank one of our new patrons for supporting us over on Patreon. Before I do, though, Mo, one of the benefits that patrons get is a chance to ask a question over on Patreon that we'll answer here on the show. And I see you have one for us for this episode. What do you got?
Which is funny because it's from Brandon.
Oh, hey, Brandon.
Who just read his email.
Their fourth listener.
Close the show.
Yeah. And this was coincidence. I didn't know what he was going to pick for the head of the show. So here we go. Anyway, he asked this. He says, "Hey, guys. On various episodes, I have heard you all briefly mention coding computer programs for games, etc. when you were younger. I've experimented with typing out programs on my C64 Mini in BASIC and find it interesting because it wasn't something relevant to my childhood in particular. I have quickly learned that one wrong keystroke can ruin an entire session of typing lines of code.
Yep.
Do you guys have any standout memories of trudging through lines of code and getting the payoff of it running perfectly, or maybe even programming your own games that actually worked?" And that was from Brandon. So, so John, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, absolutely. So I probably typed in everything in every magazine that was for my computer. So you'd get a magazine and there would be stuff for Commodore 64, for MS-DOS, and for Atari Basic. They're all slightly different. And if there were 10 programs in there and 3 of them were for me, I would type in them all, whether I wanted or not. Checkbook balancing? I don't have a checkbook. I don't care. I'll do it. It's fun to type in. And yeah, there were errors sometimes, but I learned BASIC that way, and you got better looking for the problems. He's asking for a notable story. And I've heard this has happened more than once, but I remember it specifically happening to me, which is I typed in a program and it didn't work. And I spent the better part of a week trying to figure it out until I finally gave up. And then the next issue of the magazine, they'll go, "Hey, kids.
Oh, yeah.
There was a typo in last month." I'm like, son of a,
Yeah, I remember those.
I spent so much time. It was your fault. And maybe it was a printing error. Like they left out lines when they went from the one page to the next, or I forget what the problems were, but like replace these lines with these lines. And sure enough, when I got the new lines, it worked perfectly because I poured over it so many times. It was right to what they had wrong. But yeah, the frustration of finding out that I wasted all that time and it was just a misprint. But what could you do? You didn't know any better. So yeah, that's probably the most memorable thing to me. But I did plenty of typing in stuff.
Sure. How about you, George?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've told the story before. I've just like John, I typed in programs. I actually had that Computer Games A to Z book where every letter of the alphabet had a different game associated with it.
Yeah, I remember
and you could type in the code. And I still have it on a bookshelf somewhere. But where there were some times when I would type everything in and it wouldn't work, and a lot of times where I type everything in and it would work, I think I never did anything where I created my own game and programmed it, which was kind of the back end of Brandon's question there. The closest I got to that was creating demos in high school that we contributed to a competition that was going on at the time, computer national demo high school thing. And our school won a big Cray 3 computer or something like that for the school, which was incredibly expensive, considered a supercomputer back then, which now my phone would make it cry.
My dishwasher, probably more processing
your dishwasher
power.
would make it upset. Yes, no question. I think that's really my only story, so to speak. I mean, I really wish, and having worked with people like Mike that I mentioned in the Keys of Fury thing earlier, I really wish I was better at that kind of stuff, because I have a lot of ideas, but I'm just not good at that stuff. And those guys are excellent. So I don't want to even take anything away from those people by saying I coded anything, because I sure as hell didn't.
That's great, though. So, yeah, I definitely did, too. I had a Commodore 64. I bought Compute Magazine as soon as it came out, went to the game pages, and every now and then they'd have one that was particularly long, like it was a couple pages of code. And like John, I was like sitting there typing it. And I remember one was really long, and I had typed in most of it, got to go to the bathroom, came back, and my dad's like, "Oh, I thought you were done."
Oh,
I don't even have to say what happened. Now, you can't really get mad at your dad. You can slightly express it.
Well, not then.
Yeah, not when you're a little kid.
I'm somewhat displeased with your behavior, Father.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, Dad, no, I wasn't done. I just spent the last 2 hours typing in all this code and da-da-da.
Now I'm playing Beachhead.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And of course, I just went back and started over and typed the whole thing back in again.
Of course. Yeah.
But I was like, Dad, I said, I'll let you know when I'm done. He says, I just saw it on. And, my dad's one of these guys, if he saw a light on in the room, he'd turn it off. And sometimes you're in the room because he didn't happen to see you. He just like turned it off on reflex. So yeah, that was and to this day I still remember it. And I'm like, oh, that was like, I think it was the most angry I was at my dad at that age, and could do absolutely nothing against it. Like, could do nothing. So just had to swallow it. But anyway, Brandon, thanks for the question and the painful memories it brought up. But yeah, anybody out there, if you would like to have your question read here, it's super easy. All you got to do is go to GenXGrownUp.com/Patreon. As little as $1 a month. Shoot your question our way, and a good chance it'll be asked right here on the show.
And we really need, love, and appreciate that support. I want to call out another one of those upgrades that happen every once in a while. Look, 1969 Eliminator is a user who found us maybe a year or so ago. He's been very engaged. We see him all over in streams and in video comments and everything. And he listens to the podcast. And he was at one level, and he just went, "Hey guys, I just love what you're doing. I'm going to bump it up to the next level," just because he was already getting the benefits. It's the kind of people that we get here supporting us. And I've heard horror stories from other people on Patreon. We are very fortunate. We have an amazing audience of folks that are just I'm beside myself with appreciation and awe in these guys. So Eliminator, thank you so much for that little increase. We certainly appreciate you. We put it to good use. We have bills every month. We got the platform we're using to record this podcast, music sites, and everything that we do costs money somewhere, somehow. And we want to keep doing it for you, and you allow us to keep doing it. You and everyone who has joined us at patreon.com/GenXGrownUp. Thank you so much for your continued support. That then is going to wrap it up for this edition of the show. Don't worry though, we'll be back in 2 weeks with another one. But next week, well, that's the backtrack where we pick a single topic and dig in deep. George, we'd like to do the honors. Let the fourth listener know what is coming their way next week.
Yeah, it's time for us to influence you guys to spend some money. It's our 2025 Geek Gift Guide, ladies and gentlemen. We got 4 categories on tap for you, all at different pricing levels, so you can decide on whether or not you kind of like the person, sort of like the person, really like the person, or are in love with the person you want to buy a gift for. We've got you covered.
Yeah, it's always a good time, and it's always curious to see what sort of things we pick from different arenas of our interests. So that should be good time. Don't want to miss that one. I hope you will join us for that. Until then, I am John, of course. George, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir.
Mo, I appreciate you, brother.
Always fun, man.
Fourth listener, it's you we appreciate most of all. We cannot wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Take care, everybody.
No life, no fun. Don't you know that you're a grown-up?
Gen X Grown Up is a member of the Evergreen Podcast family. Learn more at evergreenpodcasts.com.
No more watching shows till sunrise. Unacceptable for grown-ups. Your dinner cannot just be french fries. Basically, life sucks as a grown-up.
We love that you found something interesting and shared it with us. We each time.
Are you sure we're ready for this episode?
Yeah,
we did take 2 weeks off. So once I got on a roll, some segues that are fucking.
Once you got on the roll, you only stopped about 4 times. Yeah,
but yeah, well, edit that out. Didn't never happen.
Here's a holiday giving hack: don't wrap your giving in paperwork. The biggest banks in the country trust us to run their charitable giving programs. I'm a charitable strategist at Wren. We specialize in donor-advised funds and send over $25 billion to charities each year. We make giving easy for financial advisors, family offices, and philanthropists. Think less paperwork, more mission. Wren just makes giving season a lot less taxing. Learn more at RENINC.com.
Ever wonder whether Stoicism is actually as terrible as all those red-pilled bros on TikTok make it seem? I'm Tanner Campbell, American philosopher of Stoicism and host of the Practical Stoicism podcast, and I'm here to tell you that, thankfully, those bros couldn't tell the difference between their you-know-whats and a hole in the ground, let alone teach anyone anything about any proper philosophy. Stoicism is an ancient Greek virtue ethics philosophy all about developing a morally just character, and you can learn more about it by listening to my podcast, Practical Stoicism. Search for it today in your podcast player of choice and give it a go. I'm certain you'll find it, at the very least, informative.